And European countries have started introducing restrictions on people who haven't been vaccinated against the virus as COVID-19 cases rise again across the bloc. In France, plans to make a COVID-19 health pass mandatory for access bars and restaurants sparked protests across the country when the country's top court on Thursday approved the controversial rules. Well, Chelsea Delaney, Deutsche Welle correspondent, tries to make sense of it all for us, and she joins us now from Berlin. Hi, Chelsea. So the court says requiring the health pass is legal. What can we expect when it goes into effect on Monday?
Well, we can definitely expect some degree of controversies. So starting Monday, people in France will be required to show this COVID pass that proves if they've been vaccinated or also tested negative or recovered from coronavirus to enter restaurants, cafes, to use transportation like planes or buses. Already, these plans have sparked huge protest in France, drawing hundreds of thousands of people who say this is an attack on their freedom. Businesses are also concerned that this will drive away customers, and it's true that many businesses have struggled to enforce other rules like mask mandates among their customers. But at the end of the day, the court in France has decided that this is what they call a balanced trade-off between public health concerns and personal freedom.
Will the French court's decision encourage other EU countries to implement similar rules?
It could definitely have a ripple effect. Many EU countries have been considering similar measures, particularly as COVID-19 infections rise once again due to the Delta variant. Italy is probably the most prominent example outside of France. It already has implemented rules requiring a health pass for things like eating indoors at restaurants or going to the cinemas. And Italy announced yesterday as well that it will require teachers to prove immunity to coronavirus as well. Here in Germany, politicians have been more cautious about introducing rules on the unvaccinated, but they have warned it might be necessary if we see a larger wave of infections in the months ahead. Of course, every court, every constitution is different, but the fact that France has deemed this constitutional could give other countries more confidence to implement similar rules.
Is this enough an incentive to get people to get vaccinated, or are other tactics under consideration here?
Well, countries are looking at a whole range of options to increase vaccinations. In Europe, the problem is no longer supply. There isn't a shortage of vaccines here. The problem has now become getting people to get vaccinated. Implementing vaccine mandates is definitely a harsher approach because it makes life effectively harder for those who choose not to get vaccinated. But it does appear to be working. In France, vaccination rates have definitely picked up since the government announced plans for this health pass mandate. But countries like Germany are also considering softer methods, like, for example, giving people bratwurst at vaccine centers, or in some cases giving them money for getting vaccinated. Those things can help, but vaccine hesitancy remains a major problem for Europe and for the rest of the world.
Thanks very much, Chelsea Delaney, DW correspondent, joining us there from Berlin.